What do you do when the person you love demands everything: your career, your heart, your silence, only to betray you in the cruelest way? I was 29 when I met Ethan. He was charming, with a smile that could light up a room and a laugh that made my worries dissolve. We fell in love fast, the kind of love that felt like a whirlwind, sweeping me off my feet and into a future I thought we'd build together. I was a graphic designer, pouring my soul into my work, building a career I was proud of. Ethan was a freelance photographer, always chasing the next perfect shot, the next adventure. We were a pair of dreamers, or so I thought. 6 months into our relationship, Ethan's mother, Clara, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It was a blow that shook him to his core. Clara had raised him alone, and he spoke of her with a reverence that made me love him more. When he asked me to move in with him to help care for her, I didn't hesitate. I saw it as a chance to show my devotion, to be the partner he needed. But then came the bigger ask. "Sarah, I need you to be there for her full time," Ethan said one night, his eyes pleading. "She's my world. I can't do this without you." He explained that his photography gigs were unpredictable, that he needed to travel to keep his career alive. My job, though, was stable, too stable, he argued. "You can always go back to design later," he said. "This is temporary." I loved him. I believed him. So, I quit my job, leaving behind the portfolio I'd spent years building, the late nights sketching, the dreams I'd nurtured. Caring for Clara was both heartbreaking and beautiful. She was kind, even as her memories slipped away. I'd spend hours reading to her, helping her eat, or just holding her hand when she was confused. Ethan would call from his trips, his voice full of gratitude. "You're my rock, Sarah," he'd say. I clung to those words, letting them fill the void left by my abandoned career. But something changed. Ethan's calls grew shorter, his trips longer. He'd come home distracted, his phone always buzzing. I'd catch him smiling at texts he wouldn't show me. My gut screamed that something was wrong, but I pushed it down. I was too busy managing Clara's appointments, her medications, her moments of fear. I told myself I was imagining things. Then I found it. A photo on his laptop, one he hadn't meant for me to see. It was him with another woman, their arms around each other, laughing in some sunlit cafe. My heart stopped. I confronted him that night, my voice shaking. He didn't deny it. "It was a mistake," he said, his eyes cold. "It doesn't mean anything." But it meant everything. He'd been cheating for months, while I was changing his mother's sheets, cooking her meals, giving up my life for his. I wanted to scream, to leave, to reclaim my life. But Clara needed me. She'd call me her daughter, her eyes bright with trust. I couldn't abandon her. So, I stayed silent, swallowing my pain, telling myself I'd find a way out once she was stable. Ethan didn't deserve my loyalty, but Clara did. Months passed. Clara's condition worsened, and I poured every ounce of myself into her care. Ethan was barely around, his excuses flimsier each time. I stopped asking where he was. I stopped caring. My silence wasn't weakness, it was survival. I was biding my time, waiting for the moment I could walk away without guilt. The final blow came on a quiet Tuesday. Clara passed away in her sleep, her hand in mine. I wept for her, for the woman who'd become my family. At her funeral, Ethan showed up with her, the woman from the photo. He introduced her as his friend, but their linked hands told the truth. My silence broke. "You don't get to do this," I said, my voice steady despite the crowd. "You asked me to give up everything for your mother, and I did. You betrayed me, and I stayed quiet. But this," I pointed at them, "this is too far." The guests stared, shocked. Ethan stammered, but I walked away, my head high. I rebuilt my life from scratch. I took freelance design gigs, rekindled my passion, and found a therapist who helped me unpack the weight of those years. I learned that love doesn't demand your destruction. It builds you up. Ethan's betrayal taught me my worth, and Clara's love gave me the strength to reclaim it. Now, I design again, my art bolder than ever. I carry Clara's memory in my heart, a reminder of the love I'm capable of giving and the love I deserve in return. The final blow wasn't Ethan's betrayal. It was my silence breaking, my voice rising, my life beginning again.